Yeah, welcome to DURGASOFT. Good evening to one and all. Myself, Dr. U. Seshadri, 18 years of teaching experience. I am AWS certified at associate level. The students, you have any doubts regarding fee and the codes, you have to contact those numbers. I'll send it in the chat box also. If any query, you have to contact the numbers. This is 40 days of the duration. Once you register the codes, then you are getting everyday recording videos, class notes. After completion of the codes, 40 days of the training, then you are getting technical questions and answers, each topic screenshot explanation, and AWS dumps we are providing. Those are day 1 and day 2 recording videos. Those are available in YouTube also. Right? I'll share it in the chat box. Day 1 and day 2 recording videos. Okay. So in day 1, we discuss the basics of cloud computing. What is cloud computing? What are advantages of cloud computing? The types of cloud computing we discussed: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and the community cloud. There are 3 types of delivery models are there. One is infrastructure as service, platform as service, and software as service. On day 1, we'll discuss the basics of cloud computing. And also on day 2, we'll discuss how we have to create your AWS free tier account, how to launch and connect your Windows server using EC2 service. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss how to launch and connect Linux server. How to launch and connect the Linux server using EC2 service. Using the EC2 service. What is the full form of the EC2? Elastic Cloud Computing. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Computing. Using the EC2 service, we had to launch Amazon Linux. We had to launch Amazon Linux, Ubuntu server. You launch Red Hat Linux. You launch the Windows. You launch Mac operating system, right? Etc. Using Elastic Cloud Computing. In the last session, we discussed how we had to launch and connect the Windows server using EC2 service. Suresh, mute your mic. Mute your mic. Okay. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss how to launch and connect Linux server. How to launch and connect the Linux server. Now, to explain this, I had to open my AWS account, AWS login console. Click on AWS Management Console. Sign into the console. Enter your mail ID and the password. Okay. Click on Sign in. Then those are recently visited services in my AWS account. So this is my AWS account. The reason I am chosen Mumbai region. Reason I am chosen the Mumbai region. Fine. Now to launch the Linux server, to launch and connect the Linux server, what are the steps we have to follow? When you open your AWS account, first we have to select the region. On which region you launch your Linux server. That is here, you may choose North Virginia region, California, Mumbai region, Singapore, right? Sydney, anyone we have to choose it. Now I am selecting the region is Mumbai region I am selecting. In the Mumbai region, I launch and connect the Linux server. So the first step is we had to select the region. We had to select the region. Here I am selecting Mumbai region. I am selecting. Next. The next step is to launch and connect the Linux server. The next step is we had to select the EC2 service. You may select here also the EC2 service or go to the services option. We have to choose compute service. Under we have to select EC2 service. That is, the next step is we have to select the EC2 service. We have to select the EC2 service. How we have to select the EC2 service? The services option. Under services, we have to choose compute service. Under we have to select the EC2 service. EC2 service. Fine. Then to launch the instant is nothing but to launch your virtual machine. Here on EC2 service, the left side under instances, the instant option is there. We have to select the instances. Click on instances. Before that, you'll see the EC2 dashboard. How many instances are there? 0. How many key pairs are there? 0. How many instances? 0. Running is 0. Instances are also 0. Security group. One security group is there. That is the default security group. How many volumes are there? 0. Now, you are launching the Linux server. To launch the Linux server, here on left side, under the instances, we have to click on that. Here, we have to click on Launch Instances option. You may select here or you may select here. Any one we have to select it to launch the instant. Click on Launch Instant. That is, we had to click on Launch Instant. Launch Instant. Then we had to give the instant name. We had to give it. I am given the instant name to launch the Linux server. I am given the instant name is Linux server. I am given. You may give any name. What is the name I am given? Linux server I am given. Fine. Next step is to launch the Linux server. You launch and connect the Linux server. So the next step, you need to choose the operating system image. We have to choose it. That is nothing but the Amazon mission image. Which operating system we have to select it to launch the Linux server. That is, I am choosing the operating system is Amazon Linux. I am choosing. You may choose Ubuntu also. You may choose Red Hat Linux also, right? Here I am choosing Amazon Linux. I am chosen. Okay. After selecting the operating system image, just scroll down here. If you click on this arrow mark, then it is showing some of them are mentioned free tier eligible one. Some of them are not mentioned the free tier eligible one. It is not mentioned anything. Means they are the paid version. Now, you are for practicing purpose, you have to select the free tier eligibility one. Free tier eligibility one. When you are selecting the Amazon mission image, then it is showing the Amazon ID. See here. It is showing the Amazon ID. AMI ID it is shown. Fine. Next, scroll down. Already I told that in the last session, to launch any server, the 3 things are required. The 3 things are required. Tell me what are the 3 things are required? In the chat box, it is available. Send me to launch any server. The 3 are important. What are the 3 are important ones? Send me in the chat box. Already we discussed in the last session how to launch and connect the Windows server. That is, send me in the chat box. Chat option is there. Chat option is there. That is to launch. That is the key pair is important. That is to connect your server. to connect your server. That is to launch any server. The three are important. One is a CPU. Second one is the RAM, memory. And then third one is a hard disk. These three things are important. Now, we'll see that. Now you are launch and connect the Linux server. We have to choose the next step is the instant type we have to select it. That is, what is the next step? We have to select the instant type. You have to select the instant type. See, in the Mumbai region, there are how many instances are available. For that, we have to click on compare instant types. See that how many instances which are providing? 513 instant types are there. As per your business needs, as per your business requirement, we have to select the instant type. We have to select the instant type. That is T2.nano, T2.micro, T2.small, T2.large, T2.extra large. Under T3, there are many instant types are there. Under A1, there are many instant types are there. If we are chosen, that is C4.4 extra large, it is providing 16 CPUs, 30 GB memory it is providing. If we are chosen the instant type C4 8 extra large, 36 CPUs and 60 GB memory it is providing. That is as per your business needs, you have to select the instant type. But you are for practicing purpose, you have to choose T2.micro. The T2.micro, if you are selecting the instant type, it is providing 1 CPU, 1 GB memory it is providing. Now I am selecting for practicing purpose, I am choosing the instant type is T2.micro I am selecting. Click on select the instant type. What is the instant type I am selecting? T2.micro. How many CPUs it is providing? 1 CPU. How much GB it is? How much memory it is providing? 1 GB memory it is providing. That is, it is providing 1 CPU and 1 GB memory it is providing. 1 GB memory it is providing. Fine. Then the next step is to connect your Linux server, to connect your Windows server. In the last session, you are creating the key pair. Similarly, to connect your Linux server also, we have to create the key pair. If already the key pairs are there, then we have to select the existing key pair by click on this arrow mark. Now, I am creating the key pair. For that, we have to click on create new key pair. New key pair. You have to give the key pair name is, that is Linux server key I am given. Okay. This is, we have to copy this and paste it in the notepad. Paste it in the notepad. What is the instant type you are selecting? T2.micro. T2.micro. Okay. Then what is the next step? We can create key pair. You have to create key pair. What is the key pair name I am given? That is the key pair name I am given as Linux server key I am given. Then see that the AWS, it is supporting the key pair types RSA and the ED. You have to select RSA and the private key file format. You have to select it PEM file or .ppk. I am choosing PEM file. You may choose .ppk also, no problem. To launch and connect the Linux server, I am choosing PEM file format. Click on create key pair. Key pair is downloaded in my downloads option. See that? See that? In my downloads, the key pair is there. What is the file format? .pem file format. See that? Linux server key, the extension is .pem file format. Fine. That is, I am creating the key pair. Then the next step is to launch the Linux server. The next step is network settings. Here on network settings, click on edit option. Edit option. Whatever the defaults are there, that is the VPC, the default one we have to select it. The subnet preference in the Mumbai region, there are 3 availability zones are there. That is AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. See that. AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. I am not given any subnet preference. Default as is I am selecting. Auto assign public IP is enabled. Next, the security group, that is for virtual mission, the firewalls we have to create it. That is the security group we have to create it. I am given the security group name is the Linux server, the SG I am given. Copy this it, paste it in the description. Same, you have to paste it in the notepad also. That is the next step in the network settings. In the network settings, you have to click on edit option. Edit option. Here, which one we are creating? That is, we have to create security group. We have to create it. Security group we have to create it. What is the security group name I am given? Linux server SG. Here in the network security, the VPC we have to select it. The default VPC we have to select it. The subnet I am not given any preference. And auto assign public IP, that is enable. Auto assign public IP is enable. Right? So in the upcoming session, here I am chosen the default VPC I am chosen. In upcoming session, the virtual private cloud module is there. On that, we have to create your own virtual private cloud. Under your virtual private cloud, you have to launch your Linux server. You have to launch your Windows server also. Okay, fine. I am creating the security group. Now, you are launch the Linux server. So, the type is SSH, port range is 22, source type is anywhere I am selecting. Now, tell me, in the last session, we discussed how to launch and connect the Windows server. What is the type we are selecting? What is the port range? For the Windows server? For the Windows server, what is the type we are selecting? And what is the port range for Windows server? Last session we discussed. Send me in the chat option. Now, for Linux server, the type is SSH and the port range is 22. Send me in the chart window. Chart option is there. Students, you have to utilize the chart option. In the last session, we discussed to launch and connect the Windows server. What is the type I am selecting? What is the port range is there? Send me in the chart window. Chart option is there. Friends, you have to utilize the chart option. That is to launch and connect the Windows server. Yes, Rama, you are saying correct. That is to launch and connect the Windows server. The type is the RDP we are chosen. RDP. The port range is 3389 you are selecting. To launch and connect the Linux server, the type is SSH, port range is 22. That's we have to remember. Scroll down. You are launching the Linux server, the default 8 GB storage it is providing. That is to launch and connect the Linux server, default 8 GB is providing. To launch and connect the Windows server, in the last session, how much GB it is providing? 30 GB it is provided. Now you are launch and connect the Linux server. The default it is providing the storage is the 8 GB it is provided. Okay. Now in this session, I'm not adding any new volumes. In upcoming session, we have to add the new volumes also. That is how we have to add Elastic Block Store, EBS, right? The upcoming session we have to discuss. Right now, I am not using any new volumes. I'm not adding any advanced details. At the bottom, it is showing the summary. How many instances you are launching? One. What is the Amazon mission image? That is Amazon Linux you are chosen. This is the AMI ID it is showing. AMI ID. And what is the instant type? T2.micro you are chosen. Okay. The storage, one volume, that is 8 GB. 8 GB. Click on launch instant. Click on launch instant. See that what the message you got it? Successful. Now you click on instances option. Just refresh this one. See what is the instant state? Pending. What is the instant state? Pending. Wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Once the instant state is running, then I am connecting to the Linux server. Linux server. Okay. Wait. Now, see that what is the instant state? Running. Now, when we select the instant, at the bottom, it is showing the details. Instant ID, public IPv4, private IPv4. Okay. Instant state is running. Public IPv4 DNS. That is at the bottom, it is showing the details. If you move this tab, status and alarms it is providing. Monitoring tools are there. Security tab is there. Networking tab is there. Storage tab is there. Right. That is at the bottom, if you are selecting the instant, at the bottom, it is showing all the details. If you move this scroll bar also, it is showing the details. Instant name, instant ID, instant state, instant type. We are selecting to launch the instant T2.micro. It is providing 1 CPU, 1 GB memory. It is providing status check, that is initialized. Wait for 1 minute. Then it is showing the status check is 2x2. I'll tell you in upcoming session why it is showing the 2x2 also. Right now it is in initializing. Just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. I'm not using to launch and connect the Linux server. I'm not using any alarms right now. Availability zone, I'm not selecting any preference, subnet preference. It is showing AP South 1A. This is the public IPv4 DNS, public IPv4. I'm not using Elastic IP, right? Monitoring tools I'm not using. That's why it is showing disable. Security group name, Linux server SG I'm using. Key pair name is Linux server key I'm using. This is launch date and time which is represented. Fine. Now, we have to copy public IPv4 of this instant. We have to paste it on the notepad. We have to paste it on the notepad. Now, to connect this Linux server, to connect this instant, to connect the Linux server, you need the terminals is required. It may be you need the terminal to connect the instant, to connect the Linux server. The terminals are putty or git bash. Git bash. Any one it is required to connect the Linux server. In the last session, to connect your Windows server, you are using remote desktop connection you are using. With the help of the remote desktop connection, you are connected your Windows server. Similarly, to connect your Linux server from the Mumbai region data center, you need one terminal is required. That is, it may be the putty or git bash. Any one terminal is required to connect your server. To connect your server. Okay. Now, sir, where I need to download and the putty software is, I am providing the link. I am providing the link. Right. So don't worry, all the steps which I have mentioned in my PPT, in my PDF file, all the steps I have mentioned that. See that? You have to select the EC2 service to launch the Linux server. Click on launch instances option. Enter the name is instant name Linux server I am given. I had to choose Amazon mission image, that is operating system image. We have to select it. Here I am selecting Amazon Linux. I am selecting. I had to choose the instant type is the next step t2.micro. I am choosing the instant type. Next, after selecting the instant type, we had to create the key pair. If already key pairs are there, we have to select the existing key pair. Otherwise, we have to click on create new key pair. We have to enter the key pair name is. That is, once you are registered the codes, then we have to receive the video and also the whatever the class notes I am representing. Okay, Rama, you may contact the admin people. If you are already registered, you may contact the admin people.
I already registered.
Okay, you have to contact the admin people. They are shared one link. On that link, the video and the class material provided. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Next, we have to enter the key pair name. That the key pair name I am entered to launch and connect the Linux server key I am using. I have to select the key pair type is RSA. File format I am selecting PEM file format and then click on create key pair. Here to launch the Linux server, SSH type we are selecting. Port range is 22. Here on note I have mentioned that for Windows instant, the type is RDP. Port range is 3389. For Linux instant, type is SSH. Port number is 22. That's I have mentioned on the note. Port numbers I am not mentioning. And then we have to select the storage. To launch and connect the Linux server, default it is providing the 8 GB. And then click on launch instant. Now, to connect your Linux server, you need to download Putty software. This is the link I am providing. To connect, to launch, to download the Putty software, this is the link. This is the link. See that? It's a small software. This is the software. You have to download it to connect Linux server. If you are using the Windows operating system, you have to choose this one. You have to choose this one. Click on this option. Then the Putty software is downloaded. It's a small file, just 3.5 MB. Then you can install it. It's a very simple. Just click on next option. It's a small file. It is install the Putty software. Whenever you are install the Putty software, automatically Putty Gen is also installed. In my laptop, already the Putty software is there. Putty software is there. Now, so what is the key pair type I am selecting to launch the instant? To launch the instant, what is the key pair type I am selecting to launch the instant? PEM file format I am chosen. See that. See that. In my downloads, I downloaded the key pair type is PEM file format. The key pair name is Linux server key. Linux server key. Now, to connect the Linux server, you need .ppk file format. Putty private key file format means you need to convert PEM file format to .ppk file format. How you need to convert PEM file format to .ppk file format? That is, whenever you are install the Putty software, automatically the Putty Zen is also installed in your laptop. See that? Putty Gen is also there. Click on Putty Gen. Here you need to select load option. Generate option is there. Load option is there. Don't go for generate option. We have to choose load option. It's taking more and more time. We are choosing generate option. You can choose the load option. Where your PEM file is there? In downloads. In downloads. Where my PEM file format is there? Why it is not showing? Why it is not showing the PEM file format? PEM file, it is not there in my downloads. What is the reason? What is the reason? Send me in the chart window. Chart option is there. Send me in the chart window. Chart option is there. That is, in my downloads, PEM file is there. key pair type is PEM file I am chosen, but it is not showing. The reason is I am not selecting all files. If I am selecting all files, now the PEM file format is there. You have to select your PEM file, Linux server key, click on open, click on OK, click on save private key, click on yes. You have to give the name, key pair name, that is Linux server key I am given. The type is .ppk file, putty private key file, the extension I am given. Click on save option and then we have to close this one. See that I am converting PEM file format to .ppk file format. Where it is there? In my downloads. Go for this. In earlier, this is not there. Now it is available. In earlier, only this one is there. .pem file format. Now with the help of putty-zen, I am converting PEM file format to .ppk file format. .ppk file format. Okay. Okay. Now, wait, Rama. Once the concept is over, then you can ask your doubt. Okay. Now, your ppk file format is there. Now, you have to connect your Linux server using putty software. For that, you have to click on putty. Then it is asking the host name or the IP address. That's why I copy and paste the instant public IP address on the notepad. See that? See that? This is the public IP address of the Linux server. Now you have to paste it here. Host name or the IP address. Port number is 22. Now, here on left side, SSH option is there. Click on that. Under authentication, AUTH is there. Click on that. We have to select credentials. To connect the putty software, you have to choose your ppk file format. That is private key file for authentication. You have to browse your key. That is, you have to select the ppk file. That is the Linux server key. Click on this one. Click on open. Click on open. Click on accept. All the steps I have mentioned. All the steps I have mentioned in my class notes. Just wait. I'm changing the appearance. I'm changing the appearance. See? See? Now it is changing. Now we have to log in as EC2-user. Now I'm connecting the Linux server. See that? I'm connecting the Linux server or not? See what is the IP address? 172.31.36.15. Now you copy the instant private address, paste it on the notepad. See that these two are same or not? These two are same or not? Means I'm launch and connect the Linux server. I'm launch and connect the Linux server. See, tell me how much time it is taking to launch and connect the Linux server. To explanation, it is taking the 40 minutes to explain pin to pin. But actually, how much time it is taken to connect your launch and connect your Linux server? Just it's a matter of 2-3 minutes. 2-3 minutes time. That is, as per your business needs, we have to choose the instant type and we have to launch the instant and you can connect it using putty software or the git bash. Just it's a matter of 5 minutes only. Now, all the startup companies, they're not ready to purchase the servers. They're not paying the money, huge amount to purchasing the servers. They are utilizing the cloud environment. It may be the AWS or it may be the Azure or it may be the Google Cloud. They are using the service, cloud services as per their business needs, they are using the server and they have to pay the amount per monthly basis or annual basis. Right? Right? So now you are for practicing purpose, you are chosen the low configuration. That is T2.micro you are chosen. That is 1 CPU, 1 GB memory you are chosen. But the organization or the industry, they are chosen as per their business needs. The high-end configuration servers are purchased. High-end configuration instant types they are chosen and they are connecting. But to purchase that server, how much cost it is taken? The cost is very high. The startup companies, they are not ready to invest the money to purchasing the physical servers. They are using the cloud environment and they are, as per their business needs, they are choosing the instant type, they are connecting it. They are connecting it. Right? Right? Sunil, whatever you are saying, why you are not selecting .ppk at the time of creation of the instant? That's why I am saying that the private key file format, you may select it, the PEM file format or .ppk format. So if you are selecting the .ppk file format, no need to convert. No need to convert. Direct you can connect it using Putty software. Using Putty software. That is, you have to know if you are chosen the PEM file format, what happened. You need to convert PEM file format to .ppk file format. That's why we have to choose the PEM file format and we have to convert it ppk file format using PuttySen. Using PuttySen. You may choose .ppk also, that is to create your key pair. Key pair. Got it? Sunil. Fine. Fine. Okay. So that is the reason. Nowadays, the companies, they are not purchasing the servers. They are using the cloud services. They have to use as per their business needs. They are selecting the instant type and they are launch the instant and connecting the server. So they are paying the money for monthly basis or the yearly basis. Yearly basis. Okay. Okay. So those are the steps we have to follow. How to launch and connect Linux server. See that. I have mentioned all the steps. We have to follow this website to download the Putty software. To download the Putty software. Each and every point I have mentioned that. Each and every point I have mentioned that. So once your task is completed, you are connecting your server. Then you can do your work. If you want to create the file, if you want to create an empty file, you can create an empty file using touch command. Or you may create the files using editor, vi editor, vim editor, gedit. We can create a file. If you want to create directory, you can create directory also. If you want to remove the particular file, you can remove the particular file. See that, is there any files and directories are there? There is no files and directories are there, right? There is no files and directories are there, right? So whatever you need to work, you need to do the work, then you can do it. Then you can do it on this server, right? Those are the steps we have to follow, how we have to launch and connect the Linux server. Anyone have any questions regarding this concept? How to launch and connect the Linux server?
For every Linux server, we need to use EC2 user whenever login to the Putty server.
Yes. Yes.
EC2 user, -user.
Why you are selecting EC2-user? Yes, yes, that is the right question. That is here to launch and connect the server, I'm using the user name login as I'm given as EC2-user I am given. Why I am given the login as EC2-user? See that? See that? Here we can select the instant. Go for connect option is there. Connect option is there. Scroll down. See what is the username? What is the username? EC2-user. That is the reason I'm enter login as EC2-user. Now,
okay,
if you launch, okay, if you launch, what?
For Windows, we have administrator.
Administrator is the username. The
for
password.
Linux is
Yes, yes. For password, that is you are downloaded the PEM file for Windows and we had to upload the file. You are getting the password. If you decrypt the PEM file format, then you are getting the password in the Windows. Here, the username is ec2-user. Suppose if
Yes,
you are
sir.
chosen, I'll tell you, if you are chosen Ubuntu server, you launch and connect the Ubuntu. The username is the Ubuntu. Ubuntu is the username, not ec2-user. If you are launch and connect the Red Hat Linux, the username is a ec2-user. How we have to know I'm entered the ec2-user or the Ubuntu is the username is that is after launching the instant, you have to select the instant. You have to select the instant. Go for connect option is there. Here, the EC2 instant connect is there. Scroll down. Here, username is there. Username is there. Whatever the username is there, that username login as we have to enter EC2-user. If you launch and connect the Ubuntu, the username is Ubuntu. You launch and connect the Red Hat Linux, the username is EC2-user. Those two we have to practice it. How we have to launch and connect the Ubuntu server, how we have to launch and connect the Red Hat Linux server. Right. Anyone have any question? To launch and connect the Linux server. To launch and connect the Linux server. To launch and connect the Linux server. Okay. Now, already I told that to connect your mission means to connect your instant, to connect your virtual mission, you need the terminal. To connect your instant, to connect your virtual mission, to connect your mission, you need the terminal putty or git bash. Using putty software, I'm connecting my mission, my Linux mission. Right. Similarly, how we had to connect using git bash. Using git bash. Git bash is also very small software. Very small software. See that? We had to download the software git bash for Windows. For Windows. You can click on this link. See that. Here, if you are using Mac operating system, we can download your git bash using this one. Click on this link. You are using Windows, click on this one. Here, you need to choose 32-bit or 64-bit. I am selecting 64-bit. It's also a small software. Just it is 62 MB. Just click on next option. Then your git bash software is installed anywhere laptop or anywhere desktop. Anywhere desktop. Already in my laptop, git bash is also there. Git bash is also there. Same procedure. You launch and connect. You launch and connect the Linux server. First, you launch the Linux server. You launch the Linux server. Okay. Then, wherever PEM file is there. What is the PEM file name I am given? To launch the Linux server key. This we have to copy it and you can where you are working, that is on DURGASOFT 9 p.m. batch. Here I am pasting it. Here I am pasting it. Where your PEM file is there, go to that folder. Go to that folder. Right click on it. Right click on it. Now see that here. Where is that? Git bash is there. Okay, wait.
We need to click more
Wait.
options.
Yes. More option is there. Here, we have to choose open git bash here. Click on that. Click on that. Okay. Okay. Now, how we had to connect your Linux server? Your Linux server. We had to select your instant. You have to select your instant. go for connect option. Go for connect option. Here, the session manager tab is there and SSH client tab is there. We have to copy this one. SSHI copy option is there. And here you have to paste it. You have to paste it. You have to paste it. Click on enter. That is, you have to type it. Yes. See that I am connecting my Linux server. My Linux server. That is, those are the steps we have to follow how to launch and connect Linux server using putty, and also how to launch and connect using git bash. Using git bash. Those are the steps we have to follow. Where you have to copy the SSHI is select the instant. Select the instant. Go for connect option is there. Here we have to choose the tab is SSH client, where we have to copy this one SSH and paste it on the git bash and then type it yes. Or you want to continue connecting? Say yes or no. You have to type it yes, then it is connecting the Linux server. Those are the steps we have to follow. Those are the steps we have to follow, how we have to launch and connect your Linux server. See, after completion of your practice, you have to terminate it. I am selecting the instant. Go for instant state. There are stop instant is there, terminate instant is there. If I am chosen stop instant, before that we have to see the EC2 dashboard. Just refresh the browser. Refresh the browser. In the beginning, I am saying that how many instances are running? 0. How many instances are there? 0. Now, how many instances are running? 1. 1 instant is there. How many key pairs are there in the beginning? 0. Now, 1 key pair is there. You are created. How many security groups are there? 1 in the earlier default security group. Now, 1 more security group I am created to launch your Linux server. The security group name is Linux server SG. How many volumes are there in the beginning? 0. Now, 1 volume is there. That is to launch the Linux server, the 8 GB storage it is providing. That is 1 volume. 1 volume. Right. Right. Now, after completion of your practice, we have to terminate your mission. How we have to terminate your mission? So, select the instant. Go for instant state. When we click on the instant state, the stop option is there. Terminate option is there. We have to choose the stop option. Stop option. First, it is shutdowning the system. Like in your laptop, shutdowning the mission. Shutdowning your laptop. You are chosen stopping the instant is nothing but just it is stopped. Next, if you want to connect this server, select the instant. Go for instant state. Then start instant. Start instant. Why it is showing red color? I am doing continuously without gap. Without gap. That's why it is showing the red color. Just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. 1 or 2 minutes. Then it is connected. No problem at all. No problem at all. Now my machine is stopped. Like the shutdowning your laptop on the Mumbai region data center. Data center. Wait. Now select the instant. Click on instant state. Now start instant is enabled. Click on this one. See that? See that? Successfully started. What is the instant state? Pending. Wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Once the instant state is running, then we have to connect your mission. We have to connect your mission using putty or git bash. Using putty or git bash. Wait. Wait. Now the instant state is running. If you select the instant, it is showing the public IP address, private IP address, and the instant state, all the details which are showing. All the details which are showing. See that? This is my public instant, public IPv4. So in earlier, this is the public IPv4. Now, this is the public IPv4. When I stop and start the instant, the public IPv4 is changed. Public IPv4 is changed. Means there are two types of IP addresses are there. One is static IP address. Second one is dynamic IP address. If you stop the instant and if you start the instant, then your public IP address is changed. Means dynamic IP address it is providing. See that. First time you launch and connect the Linux server, this is the public IP address. And stop the instant and start the instant, this is the public IP address. Means the IP address is changed. The dynamic IP address it is providing. So if you want the static IP address, you need to enable the elastic IP. If you are enabling the elastic IP address, then you are getting a bill from the AWS. I'll tell you in the upcoming session how we have to use the elastic IP address. So don't go for the elastic IP address. If you are using the elastic IP address, you are getting a bill from the AWS. You have to pay the amount, even though you are using the free tier account. Even though you are using the free tier account, you have to choose the elastic IP address, you are getting a bill. Right? So for practicing purpose, after completion of your practice, then you can terminate the mission. How we have to terminate the mission? That is, select the instant, go for instant state, terminate instant. Click on terminate. First it is shutdowning and then terminate the Mumbai region data center. Okay. Now, have to check it on EC2 dashboard. EC2 dashboard. Now see that how many instances are running? 0. How many instances are there in the Mumbai region? One instant is there. That is in the termination state. Wait for half an hour to 1 hour. Then it is completely terminated from the Mumbai region data center. How many key pairs are there? 1. Security group, 2 security groups are there. Volumes 0. If you want to delete the key pair, click on the key pair, select the key pair name, go for action, click on delete. Here we have to type it delete option. Click on delete. The key pair is deleted. Similarly, if you want to delete security group, click on security group, select the security group name, go for action, click on delete security group, click on delete option. So for key pairs and the security group, you won't get the bill from the AWS. You won't get bill from the AWS. Now we have to see the instances. What is the state? Terminated. The name it is there. Wait for half an hour to 1 hour. Then in your Mumbai region, then that server is completely terminated. Completely terminated. Right? Those are the steps we have to follow how to launch and connect the Linux server. Rama, unmute your mic.
Is there any reason why we have to terminate every time?
Submit.
We are terminating for every time, right? Why we have to terminate?
That is for your practice purpose, for your better practice purpose. See, if you join the industry, you are doing the job, they are using the Linux server with their configuration. The company never terminates. It's working 24/7, 365 days it is working. Once it is terminating, the industry, the server is terminating, then the data will be lost. You can't do any work on that one. So that's why in the industries, they never terminate it. Why I am saying that after completion of your practice, everything you have to terminate or delete it, that is for better practicing purpose. I am suggesting that once your practice is over, then you can terminate it. Again, if you want to connect the Linux server tomorrow for another concept, another future explanation purpose, you can go for beginning to the ending. Then you are getting more and more practice. Your practice is very, very essential. That's why I am saying that not the theory is important. Hands-on is very important. That's why I am saying that you can terminate it after completion of your session, after completion of your practice. Then if you want to connect it, then you go for the beginning to the ending step. Then your practice is perfect. That is only the reason. Rama.
Okay. But we can create now and we can use it tomorrow and day after tomorrow if required.
Yes, we can stop
for
the
practicing
instant.
purpose.
Yes. We can stop the instant. Tomorrow we have to start it. The IP address is changed. That's all. That's all. But how can you get it the more practice? That is, once you are terminating, then you can connect from the beginning to the ending, then you are getting more and more practice. Okay? Got it?
Thanks. Yeah.
Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions?
Sir, actually, for like Windows Server, we have did in the connect we did a password encryption like that. No, for Linux there is no need
Yes,
that one.
there is no password here. There is no password here. If we are using the AWS, no password it is asking. Just the username. Username it is entered.
Okay,
Username is-
yesterday for Windows.
Yes, yes.
That's
For
that.
Windows, we are getting the password to connect that server. For Linux, it is not asking the password. Whereas if we are
Okay.
using the Azure cloud, then you have to enter your username, your own username, and your own password for Azure. But AWS, it is not supporting using the PPK file for authentication purpose, for authorization purpose. You are using, you are browse the key, you are browsing the key, right? That's why if you know the key, if you know the PPK file format key, then anyone can connect your mission. I have PPK file is there. Then I can transfer my PPK file, my credentials, my AWS credentials, then in your laptop, you have to connect it. That is the PPK file is nothing but for authentication purpose you are using. You are using. See, in your house, you are lock even in your house means you have the key is there. You lost your key. Anyone has to open that key. Anyone has to open that key. So here, the .ppk file is nothing but for authentication purpose you are using. Right? Why you are given the password? For authentication purpose only. Only for
Okay, sir.
authorized users, they are open to your server. For that, you are using the password. Here, the password purpose, the authentication purpose, you are using .ppk file format. You download the private key file, PEM file format, you need to convert it, ppk file. Right? Or you got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions regarding this? Regarding this? So the free demo sessions are over. Tomorrow is the last demo session. Same timing, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Once you are registered only, then you got the recording videos every day, and then class notes, whatever I explained in the class notes steps I have mentioned on that notes. Then you are getting everyday recording videos and the class notes. After 40 days of the training is over, then you got AWS dumps, technical questions, and then the screenshot explanation after completion of the 40 days.
Okay,
Pavan.
after making the payment, they will create the drive for this updating the
Yes,
notes. That's
yes, 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 yes.
okay, sir.
You can watch the video on that drive link n number of times for practicing purpose. Suppose if you are missing the 15 minutes class today, suppose let us assume that due to some work, you are not attending first 15 minutes, then once you have they are sended the video, they are uploading the video, then you can watch the video and then we have to practice it. Already the steps are there, the video is there, then you can practice it. Okay. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone have any questions? The free demo sessions are over tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last demo session. Monday onwards, they change the link. Those who are paying the money only, they got the link. They got the link from Monday onwards. Tomorrow is the last demo session. Okay. If no questions, then I can terminate the session. I'll end the session. Okay. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll meet the same time. Okay. Thank you.